So not many women take their husband to the thrift store and their husband's like, please let me buy this mannequin cover.
I did not sound like that.
Well, I mean, no, but I was like...
I did insist on putting it in the cart though.
I said no, you said yes, and I was like, just buy whatever you want.
So this looks kind of like a mannequin you can get at a lot of thrift stores or like boutique shops, things like that. We're gonna change it a little bit and give it a fun upcycled look. Okay, for starters, we're going to get rid of this hot glued on burlap.
Oh, it's like plastic.
Yeah, it's gonna be really easy to work with. We just have to unscrew this here so we can fully transform it. Oh, it was stapled on. The burlap was hot glued on here, so I'm just gonna use a heat gun, warm that up, and scrape that off.
Okay, so Zeb is drawing for me because he has a steadier hand and he's much better at making things symmetrical, but we're just adding a neckline because we are going to paint the top of this and then we'll decoupage from the bottom up while the paint dries. And then I'm thinking we'll do like a transfer along the neckline, kind of like a necklace. I'm using DIY paint Sandy Blonde. It's a good kind of creamy flesh tone.
It looks a lot like the burlap color that was on there.
Kind of, yeah. It actually is named after Debbie's mom because she was a blonde and loved the beach. So I always think of Debbie's mom when I paint this. And in case you don't know, Debbie is the owner of DIY Paint. So all the products you're gonna see us use today, you can pick up at jamirayvintage.com, or if you're local to Lehi, you can pick it up at our shop here in Utah.
The nice thing about DIY paint is it sticks to just about everything. It's clay-based and it's sticking right to this plastic.
Well, and this plastic is pretty porous, so I think it's gonna like really adhere well. If it was really shiny, I think we might have to give it a little sand, but this is porous. I'm just gonna smooth out my brush strokes here. Rather than decoupage the bottom, I'm just gonna paint the bottom to match the top, and when we decoupage, we're just gonna go over the edge a little bit, and I'll just keep it nice and neat. And it's not perfect down here, it's got some glue situations, but this is the underside. We're gonna be decoupaging with our printable for this month's channel members, which is sheet music. We come out with 2 printables every month and they only stay up for 2 months. So if you're watching this video and it's like months after we've made it, then the channel membership printable may be different, but we're using this sheet music. And then I'm also using this old book. It had a broken binding, and so I use it for crafting. You wanna make sure that whatever you're using to decoupage is not thick and not shiny. Thick and shiny makes it hard to mold. You want some paper that's matte and not too thick.
All right, so we're gonna try this out, see how it looks. If we don't like it, we might end up going back over it, but I'm just gonna kind of rip the page and give it an organic look. That way when we put it on, it feels more natural than just like a straight square cut edge. We're using DIY liquid patina. This is the crystal clear chandelier. It dries clear and it works great as a decoupage medium because it's nice and thick.
It also has a built-in top coat and goes on really great. One of the things I get asked all the time is like, what's the difference between this and Mod Podge? So Mod Podge is kind of goopy in nature and the ultimate finish is sometimes a little plasticky. And this finish looks a lot more professional in my opinion. And it's also all natural, which is one of the reasons I love it. And it's a transfer gel. We're gonna have to do a transfer piece. Okay, I'm just wanting to follow along with this, work a little bit at a time. It may have some like
wrinkles and things because of the curves.
But a lot of times they kind of suck out as the decoupage dries. One of the things I've done is when it dries, you can like sand it and distress it. If you have an edge where it's just not working with a curve, you can slightly rip it like I did there and then lay it down flat. So we started with the ripped edge at the top and we're just overlapping, kind of making sure there's not a ton of like straight edges on here. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you do not have to rip all the sides. I actually feel like it's easier to cover if you only have one ripped edge or two.
Time to reassemble some of the pieces. I've got the construction adhesive on. It was a little wobbly before. I'm hoping that this really helps that out and helps those screws stay tight.
We are going to be using the Japonica transfer. We've actually used it on like 2 or 3 other projects, and we've slowly been cutting this transfer up, and I'm hoping to use the leftover pieces on this. I like this transfer for this particular project because the colors are a little bit more muted, and I think they go with the subtle details of this design. Okay, Zeb is going to be applying it for me piece by piece. And I'm hoping we have enough transfer, otherwise I'm gonna have to open up another one.
That's all right, it's a good transfer.
Yeah.
We've used these pieces on several projects. All right, I'm having to hold it steady. Can you
Here.
help me ride the wave?
Yeah, just get that edge there. Okay, now I think you're good. This piece here has a flat edge from where I had to cut it off. And I'm actually gonna wrap this around this way, and then we'll put like something else over the top of it so you don't see this flat square edge here. So I've just added another layer over the top of this, and I'm just gonna keep layering it on till I like the way that it looks, and I make sure that all my raw, weird, straight ends are covered.
Because this won't bend around that corner like that.
Okay. Then you're gonna put it back on over the top of that?
Maybe.
Because we had only about 1/3 of the transfer left, I don't have enough flowers left over for this backside. So I went to my IOD transfer graveyard and I found some pieces of a flora transfer, and I'm gonna use that to finish this rather than opening up a whole new one. Okay, so pause this video. We had a little bit of a craft emergency. This is something that we've never done before. And as we're putting on the transfer, we realize this body is curvy, like in every direction. And we have this giant Japanese woman and her friend over here that we're trying to get together. If it was like floral, it would be no big deal because you could just rearrange it, but they kind of got to work. And then all of a sudden, we ripped it. Oops. So off camera, I tried to fix it, and I want to show you a little bit of what I did. So we have a rip right in here, and I just put a flower in through here, which works because there's flowers coming out all over the place. And then this woman was like completely not attached and had folded over on herself because we didn't really plan this very well. And I just made a nice clean cut, got rid of the jagged, and just put her over the top of this other woman. And that's why you've got this flower here. It's also covering that gap. We had a little bit of an issue over here, and so I just continued that flower over here. And then down on this bottom, we actually didn't have any issues at all, but I added this flower so that way it kind of made it look like it was all intentional. All right, so now that our transfers are on here, I'm gonna go ahead and use a lint-free rag and just make sure that they are connected all the way, because if you don't, there could be bubbles. Then when you go to seal it, it peels up. So just make sure you've got really good connection. Sometimes you'll even hear it kind of crackle, and that just means that it wasn't quite all down. Last but not least, We're gonna apply one more coat of liquid patina over the top of the transfer. That will help seal it in place and help it not peel up. When your wife tells you you can't have that mannequin, be like, yo, it's gonna look awesome and buy it anyways. No, you guys, seriously, this turned out awesome. Decoupage, totally the easy part. Putting a transfer this big.
Transfers are made for flat surfaces.
Well, they can do curves, but when it's like this much of a big, it was a little bit difficult. Biggest thing when you're working on DIY or craft projects or transfers, whatever, take a minute, take a breath, and don't give up. Just keep working. I actually think it looks better than it would have if we would just put it on there.
This mannequin actually turned out really cool, and it's going to fit really well with the rest of the decor in our shop.
So when your projects give you a hard time, don't be afraid to, think outside the box. Cut up some more transfer, make it work. It's kind of like when you're doing a dance solo and you mess up. Nobody knows you mess up unless you let them know. We want your opinion on this. Let us know if you like the burlap before or a remake when we're finished. Make sure you hit up JamiRayVintage.com for the paint products we used today. Give us a thumbs up and subscribe to Jami Ray Vintage for more
DIY.